Ooh, American Express Platinum card, metal, yes. Is this card for millionaires? Is this card for the wealthy out there? Actually, these are searches on Google right now. People are looking for this information out there. Is this card for rich people? Is this card for the wealthy? Do you need to be part of the royal family to get it? What do I need to do? Well, that's the myth of the American Express Platinum card. We're gonna talk about it on this video. Should you get it? Is this the right card for you? And I'm gonna give you my take on this card, my experience with this card for over 2 years, and we'll talk about it. Are you ready? Let's roll. All right, first of all, I don't work for American Express. They don't pay me. I don't get kickbacks. You won't find a link here to go and apply so I can get something. None of that stuff. There are actually some channels out there that promote the American Express card and other cards, and you have links and they get kickback. That's okay. This is my experience with these cards, both American Express Personal Platinum and the Business Platinum, my journey with them. The reason I got this card is because I love to travel. This is one of the things that I enjoyed most in my life, and I like to travel in a certain way. So I like the lounges, for example, which is something that you get with the American Express Platinum. You get access to about 40 Centurion lounges across the world. It is really a great experience, and I think I've talked about this before, but if you enjoy that kind of travel, this is a great card for that. The lounges are amazing, the food, award-winning chefs, top rated mixologists in the lounges, really nice. That's one thing. The sign-up bonuses, and when I apply, I got about 100,000 sign-up bonus points with the card. Right now, you're getting about 80,000 when you spend $6,000 in the first 6 months. So basically, $1,000 every month of expending, and you get the points, which is great. That's the main reason that a lot of people get these cards. You also get $200 in Uber a year. So if you use Uber, that's $200, fantastic. You get something that most people don't mention, and I've used, and it's great, is the fact that if you pay your telephone bill, your cell phone bill, AT&T, Verizon, whatever, you pay it with your American Express, you get about $800 on coverage every year, I think for up to 2 phones, whether they get damaged or lost. So that's great because last year my iPhone got damaged. I dropped it. I've done this many times. And I dropped it and I called American Express. They gave me $800 credit. I used that for a new phone. Boom. Great. So it works for me. So that's a great benefit that I don't know if many cards out there have it. The other thing that I like a lot is the fact that you have, and that's someone calling right now. All right, go figure. It was a telemarketer. So, as I was saying, one of the main benefits of getting this card for me is peace of mind. And I'm gonna tell you a story. Hopefully, by the end of the story, you will at least consider peace of mind as part of your equation here, part of the formula for getting this card in your portfolio. So here's a story. A friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, traveled to Greece last year. And this is what happened. So he's in Greece. He arrived to Athens with his family, 2 little girls about the same age as my girls, and super excited. They actually are going to Mykonos the next day. They had travel, they had a private boat, the whole thing. Beautiful trip, one of those lifetime trips. So he's there, night before, they go to Mykonos. The little girl gets sick, very sick. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't speak Greek. At the hotel, they don't speak a lot of English. It's tough. He's panicking, he's frantic, he doesn't know what to do. He calls the Global Assist line of American Express, and those guys took care of business. They arranged transport. There was an ambulance that actually went to the hotel, picked them up, took it to the emergency room, and American Express paid for the bill. They actually paid for the whole thing of this little girl getting sick. The next day, remember, they had this Mykonos trip already arranged. Obviously, they were not gonna go. She was very sick, and they were about to lose thousands. American Express reimbursed them for the money that they were about to lose. And it wasn't immediate. It took a few months for them to get the money back, and they did. But my point is, American Express gave him that peace of mind, knowing that they could call someone someone was gonna help, and they arrange transport, all that stuff. I think that peace of mind is worth anything. And that's one of those benefits that most people don't talk about. Yes, it's not as sexy as the lounge or the points and all that stuff, but once you're there, if you're in Greece, if your little girl is sick, you're gonna love American Express at that moment. So I don't know if maybe you have a card that does the same thing. And I wanna hear about it. If you know something like this and you actually tried it and maybe they did a great job, I wanna hear about it, because I know for a fact that they did. It went through and they took care of business. I think that is worth a lot of money. Yep. Yeah, you're watching this video about American Express, I know, but I need your subscription right now. Just click on the button, subscribe to our channel, please. We need to grow it. Thank you. But right now, there is actually a huge controversy with American Express Platinum, and that has to do with the lounge. Up until now, you pay $6.95 for the card, which is not cheap, again, it's money, and you get to bring 2 people with your card into the lounge. And I think everyone has taken full advantage of this. So when you go to the lounge, you find a lot of people there. It gets overcrowded sometimes. And trust me, there's nothing worse than paying this money and getting into the lounge and only to hear the person in the front desk saying you have to wait until we get more room in the back. And people get obnoxious, they drink too much. They start enjoying the party before they arrive to the destination. My point is, I think American Express was really going down on that exclusive feel with the card. And that's why, starting 2023, they are eliminating that possibility of you bringing guests into the lounge with your card.
No, God, please, no, no!
All right, so a lot of people are saying, I'm just gonna drop this card, it's too much, $700 a year, I don't wanna do it if I can bring my friends and family. But I want you to think about this for a moment. The whole point of this American Express Platinum is because there is a layer of exclusivity. Exclusivity. There you go. My wife is smarter than me. So there is that layer of exclusivity in the card. So you wanna enjoy this lounge where there's only a few people and you could eat and drink and have a great time. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people get the card. So I don't see this new, the changing rules, this new thing coming up in 2023 as a bad thing. That's for me. I actually enjoy going into the lounge and having a place to sit and not having to wait for a drink or the food, all that stuff. That's why I pay what I pay. There's a way around this. This is something that I'm doing myself. If you pay $175 more, yes, that will be almost $900 for the card, for the service a year, you get 3 authorized users. Yeah, so I have my wife and my 2 daughters with cards. So when we go to the lounge, each of us have one of those cards, and we just go in, we don't have to pay a thing. So that's another way of going around this new thing. And so you have to do the math, how many times you travel during the year, if you actually are into this sort of travel that you like, to enjoy the lounge and the drinks and the food and all that stuff. If that's not you, maybe this is not the one. There's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people, friends of mine, people that I know that I just like to budget travel. They have a budget and that's what they do. So that's fine. I've done that myself. So this is a different sort of travel, and you have to weigh if the price, that's $695, and maybe the additional $175 to bring those people into the lounge are worth for you. I don't know. You have to really put it into consideration. So is this card for millionaires? That's the question of this video, and well, I don't think so. You need about a 720 FICO to get it, which is, it's a great FICO, it's a solid FICO, but by no means is a perfect FICO. It's not an 800, 720, you might be able to apply for this and get it. You need a salary of, an income of about $130,000 a year, which is by no means a millionaire's salary. However, I know people that have over 720, 750 FICO and they make over $130,000 and they've been denied by American Express. So American Express has a criteria, and so it's not only based on income and FICO, but at least you need to have those down. You need good FICO and a solid income. But other factors will play a role here. Maybe you have too many American Express cards already. Maybe you have been applying for too many cards in the previous 90 days. All those things matter. Is this card for the average Joe? Well, I think so. I think there's so much value here that when you look into the card and the cost, you can justify the cost of $695 a year if you travel. So you need to weigh into these things. But something that most people miss is that peace of mind aspect. The story that I told you, I think matters. Because if you're out there, if you're traveling in Europe, if you're traveling in Asia and something happens, at least you know that you can call the American Express assist line and they will help you. And they will cover, a lot of your trip or most of your trip, like in the case of my friend and his family. So those things are important. What do you think? Tell me about your thoughts on this card. Did you have it? Did you cancel? Did you close it? Are you planning to get it? What are your thoughts on this? I want to hear those comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. We're trying to grow our channel. The content that we're providing takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. There's people around this. Thank you for watching. Take care.